I really just want you to know exactly how flippin' incredible you are. If you're here at my podcast with me, Annie Eclectic, then the likelihood is that you have some kind of passion business. Small business, micro business, small business, however you like to call it. But really, please just take a flipping moment to appreciate how actually incredible you are, because no matter what stage of your business you are at, whether you are the seedling of an idea, you haven't started but something has popped up for you, or you've been working on a hobby and you think, do you know what, mate, I could make something of this. Or maybe you've had a business that you've been running for years. It's your true passion. It's the thing that drives you out of bed every day. Well, most days. The fact that you have, as some might say, the absolute audacity to put yourself out there like that is so incredible. And I really don't think that we take the time to just stop and celebrate that fact enough. It's so brave to step out. It's too easy in this world to follow trends, to do what everybody else is doing because it's a safe space. When you stepped into the space of saying, I have something here, I believe in myself enough that I'm going to put myself out there in a really vulnerable place, and I'm going to ask people to exchange money for my goods. And one of the reasons why this is so brave is because money is quite a weighted thing, isn't it? It can be quite a weighted thing. I mean, you don't have like money mindset coaches and all of that for no reason. They exist because my audience is predominantly female, so sorry lads, you're not included in this part, but women are not taught that they have value to exchange for money. We are conditioned to believe that we are small. We're conditioned to believe that we should shut up, and we're conditioned to believe that what we have to offer is not worthy of fair monetary exchange. And money is energy. It's an energy exchange. You are producing something amazing, and your client, your favored person, your sacred community are willingly exchanging their energy, their money to you for what you're putting out there. But you had to have this incredible courage to say, I can do this. I want to do this. So please, just take this opportunity. Just take this opportunity to celebrate yourself. I talk about celebration all the time. And I think most people think it's like, everything's too small. And actually, for a lot of us who do have small businesses and passion businesses, we do tend to do something really big and then just kind of belittle ourselves a little bit by hopping to the next thing, and not really giving any kind of like actual credence to the thing that we've just done. Like this past week, I personally have done something really big. I did my own wintering course because, if you're not going to do your own course, why should you expect anybody else to? And I actually did the friction part, which a lot of people seem to have skipped, which is unfortunate because it's probably the most important and most helpful part of that course, and I noticed 2 points of friction. The first one was the website that I had set Glimmer Seekers up. I'm not going to say what the system is. I have talked about it previously, but it's just not my vibes, and it was getting in my way. It was stopping me from doing the things that I wanted to do with my community, and it made me feel a bit rubbish. It made me feel like I wasn't delivering what I wanted to be delivering. So I made a big change, and I took the membership and I took it over to Patreon. Does this make the membership less official? Absolutely not. Patreon is a really, really helpful, well set up membership platform that is used by many. And since moving it about, a week ago almost, officially moving it, I have done more within that space with the community. I have felt so stimulated by making this move, and I just feel so happy. And if I hadn't realised that that was a point of friction for me, I would have just carried barreling on and carried struggling. And I haven't actually stopped to celebrate this at all. So I'm going to take the moment now and say, well done, Annie. That was really cool. Well done for doing that thing. Celebrate. But really, stop and celebrate the big things and the little things, because the little things are what build you up to the big things. Like, big things don't happen without you're not going to climb a mountain without taking lots of little steps, are you? And each thing that you do deserves to be honoured. And the second thing that I've done that I discovered was a point of friction was on my social media. So Instagram is my primary social media outlet, and I realised that I'd kind of stopped talking. Are we going to get it? Look how beautiful that is. I had stopped talking on my stories. I'd stopped communicating properly with my audience. And I realised it's because my business does have kind of a split. I have the energy crystal jewellery stuff, and I have an audience that I have grown for that, and I have the Glimmer Seekers stuff, which is for small business. And I realised that I had stopped talking altogether because I was worried that if I talked too much about the Glimmer Seeker stuff, then I would be alienating those people who weren't there for that. And I came up with a way to combat that. I took action. I made an adaptation, that's the word I'm looking for, to make sure that I can communicate happily and freely and honestly with both audiences. So now I have a close friends list on my Instagram where I can do Glimmer Seeker based stories and posts and reels to the people who have opted in to be part of that list. If you would like to be part of that list, then send me a DM on Instagram at It's Annie Eclectic. You're more than welcome there. And I haven't stopped to celebrate that. I've got a whole bunch of people who are like, yeah, mate, I want to be on there. I want to hear what you've got to say. A part of that is imposter syndrome. Everything's connected, isn't it? So I've not talked about any of this really publicly because of imposter syndrome. Because I've gone, oh my God, people have like opted into this thing. I've done a big thing. I'm feeling worried. I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to live up to what I'm promising to put out. Not that I've promised particularly very much anything more than I normally do. And it's because they're much bigger steps than you think they are. And before I do anything with it, I should stop and celebrate. So today, I would love you to just take a little bit of reflection and look at the things that you have done and celebrate it. And something else that you could do that would be very, very glimmer seekery, take a moment of mindfulness. Take yourself somewhere, have a little sit down. If you find it hard to focus, take your thumb and one of your fingers and rub the tips together and focus on feeling the ridges. That will take you into a state of mindfulness and close to a state of meditation. And then what I'd love you to do is go back to the moment where you first decided to set up your business and really feel into that. What does that feel like? And celebrate that person, because I bet you didn't celebrate properly at the time. Probably because you had too much to do, because you just decided to set up a business. But make sure you take the time to go back and honor that person, that part of that person, that part of you that was so incredibly brave, so incredibly courageous, and has brought something so incredibly unique and wonderful and needed in this world. Okay, with that, I'm going to say to you, have a wonderful day. Find your glimmers, hold them, love them, save them for later, and I will see you in the next episode. Tatty bye!